Kenshin, Act 13. Biggest battle yet. This fight was kind of intense. I've never seen Kenshin get stabbed. Like, this is the only guy who's ever touched him. Kurogasa. It's just his paralyzing technique doesn't work on Kenshin. But he's still a good sword fighter. I don't know much about the villain. I know he's Shinsengumi. I know he resents his practice being seen as illegal now, when 10 years ago it was the most important job in the whole world. I can understand why that would piss you off or make you feel undervalued. And there was a third thing I know about him, which he wants to kill the high-ranking revolutionaries. So that could be part of his second grudge, which is they're cashing in and becoming, they're getting power through the government and money. And I hate that because they shouldn't be doing that. And I'm an assassin, so I'm going to take it out on them. I kind of think that's what he's thinking. I kind of think that's what's going on. But I really don't know much about him or why he's doing any of this. Just know he's strong and cool. And he's got some sort of technique that feels semi-paranormal, magical, shonen power system. But it has like a real-world explanation, even though whether you can swallow it or not. They seem to be giving you this isn't magic, this is a test of wills. He's saying it's not magic, so he's saying it's a technique. It reminds me of Dragon Ball Z. They have moves, but then they also have techniques. They're completely different, but they don't feel different in the moment. It's just gonna feel like he just powered up. But the lore, it's a sword technique. It's a battle technique. It's not magic. Seriously though, this was probably the biggest fight I've ever read in the book yet. This is probably the strongest opponent we fought. And honestly, we were winning. We were winning. And then he plays 2 cards on us. The first card is some sort of back wheel flip with the second sword or something. Caught us off guard. We thought we knew his style, but he had another move in his back pocket we didn't predict. I mean, he took the hit and rolled on the ground all bloody. Like, he kind of took the tumble. He fell. Kurogasa reveals, no, Kenshin, you're still too... This isn't the Battosa I want to fight. This isn't the Hitokiri I want to fight. You've gone soft, man. 10 years after the war, you've gone soft. I think you need a little bit more motivation. I don't think that stab in the arm was enough. And he reveals that he actually poisoned Kaoru. It'll suffocate her eventually. She will last 2 minutes at most. So now what? Now we have to kill him and then heal her somehow? That was the awakening. It wasn't the fighting, it wasn't the getting hurt, it was the I poison Kaoru and she's gonna die in 2 minutes. And then Kenshin gets his speed. Like, that was really cool the way Tsuki drew it. Where it was almost like he was shifting out of space, shifting out of perspective, shifting out of reality. And poof, he's gone. And Kurogasa's like, what just happened? And then the next panel is a sword in the face. That was really cool. I mean, I feel like Kenshin is having the first well, it's not existential, it's an internal promise that he like made to himself about who he was going to be in the new life. So far in every fight, even though he's kicked a lot of ass, he definitely hasn't killed anybody. It's hard for me to say how he hurt a lot of people, but the point is that for Kenshin, we're not killing anymore. That's behind us. That's the Batosai. We're not the Batosai anymore. We're the Rurouni. We wander. We're doing a new thing. But this Kurogasa thing, he kidnaps Kaoru, he poisons her. It just unlocks something in Kenshin that his final words of the chapter were, "No time for talk. Strike me so I can kill you." Did we relapse? Did we lose something in this battle? Have to become something we don't want to be to win? Well, it's unclear what's going to happen. This could be intimidation. Kenshin's very good at intimidation. Or maybe he's just going to fucking kill this guy, get Kaoru back, and we're going to leave. I hope not. I mean, the motif of Kenshin's character is reverse blade sword. I hit you, but it doesn't cut you. If he does kill him, I'd like to see. I want to see how he does it. And I hope he doesn't. He doesn't say much about what he knows about Kurogasa. He knows some things. He knows his style. He knows he's Hitokiri. He just doesn't know him personally. He has very little to say about him, but he does tell Sanosuke while they're waiting in the manor, the fat rich man, who didn't die. We protected him. Sanosuke says, "Why are you working with the police?" And Kenshin says, "We have to stop the people that Kurogasa gonna kill, but we also have to save Kurogasa from himself." Or that was the impression I got from what he said. But if he kills him, then that's not saving him, is it? Is it? Or maybe it is. Maybe he's too far gone. It's too late for him to live in an era of Meiji. It's just too much change too fast. I'm Hitokiri. I'm used to be Shinsengumi. This is who I am. This is who I'll always be. And then he's got this weird Hisoka. I'm almost giving him a Hisoka attempt when I read his voice, because he's just got this like perversion over fighting or blood. He wants to get hurt. He wants to be hurt. He likes to hurt people, but he wants to a fight where it's a challenge and he's on the edge of a knife. It gets him off. He likes it. It might kill him and he might go, "Thank you. Oh my God. Finally. A release." Oh, he doesn't know. Look at his face. Does this look like I'm about to kill you face? This is certainly Kenshin's fighting face. No time for talk. Strike, then, so I can kill you. Kaoru looks over crying. Kenshin, she's having this problem from... Maybe this isn't the boy I knew. First chapter, Kenshin reminded me. She says, "Your past doesn't matter to me." And Kenshin said, "Well, it probably should, Kaoru." Kurogasa. "So you can kill me." Good. He seems to crack his nose back into place. Words worthy of a Hitokiri. Kenshin. See, we're having a struggle here. Kurogasa wants to fight to the death. Kaoru does not want Kenshin to go there. Would make him a Tosai again. Act 13. The meaning of the name. Which name? Kurogasa took off his shirt. Usually means we're going up one in power level. When you take off your shirt in anime, that means we're getting serious. Is he wearing a... Is he all black? Is he wearing like a... I wanted to say leotard, but that might not be the right word. Is he wearing a skin tight... I don't know what that is. I assume it's not his skin. I assume it's another item of clothing. Hitokiri Batosai is back, and this match is now worth fighting. Here I come, Batosai. He reaches his hand out. He almost looks like he's crawling towards him on all fours. Guy's half animal. He looks down at him because he's on the ground. Eyes shaded. Are you gonna kill this guy, Kenshin? Oh my god, he gives him the glare. Is he using the paralyzing technique against I'll use your own moves against you? It's interesting because in Kenshin's glare, first of all, it's like projected out of his body. It's not his face. And secondly, he's got the scar. It's eyes plus the scar. Whatever that was, Kurogasa is not moving forward anymore. He seemed to stop immediately and jump backwards. Now standing, holding his sword. Kenshin, afraid? Kurogasa. In truth, you are he. The bloodlust in your eyes. He was afraid. I'm telling you, Kenshin's intimidation. He spoke to him just by looking at him menacingly. Afraid, Kurogasa? If you do want to live, break the spell you put on Karudono. Oh, it is a spell, it's not poison. I can't. This is much stronger than the one I put on that pig, Tani. She must either break it herself, or my will must be completely shattered. Those are the only choices. Of course, the former is impossible. Kenshin, then I will just have to kill you. He's saying there's only two ways to get Kaoru out of this. One, she has to do it herself, or two, you have to knock me out in a way where my will is no longer controlling the technique. Or shatter my will, whatever that, I don't know what that means, knock him out to me. Kenshin says, if Kaoru can't get out of, if it's up to Kaoru to get out of it and she can't get out of it, then I'll kill you. Kurogasa says, that is also impossible. Brings his sword up. Kenshin looks back at him. People are so vulnerable to suggestion. If we believe we are sick, our bodies fail. If we believe we cannot breathe, we suffocate. It's like a hypnosis technique. Susceptible to influence. I was just bitching at Western medicine about this morning. Are you really that good, or are we just very susceptible to influence? Kurogasa with this sword. And that is the power of one side of the soul, Shino-ippo. It makes one believe, and the body responds. He's talking about his technique. Even for the master of the technique, it is so. What's going on? He seems to have his hand on his sword. Is he hurting himself? Kaoru also playing me. I have no idea what's going on. I'm exclamating and questioning. Kenshin seems to get it, but doesn't approve. Gasa, look at that panel. Something's going on with his eyes. His whole face. Said even the master of the technique is susceptible to Shino-ippo. It makes one believe, and the body responds. You could use that. That's like an affirmation. You could use that in the positive sense too. It doesn't have to be a hypnosis, or it doesn't have to be a hypnosis for evil. Do you think that's what he's saying? I don't think that's what he's saying, but I wonder if that's a way you could use the technique. Maybe he's making himself stronger because he believes he's stronger. I am steel. Are you believing you're the sword? Is that what's going on here? Kenshin. So, by using the technique on yourself, you become what you believe. I am power. He's using the technique on himself as a hip to. It's just positive affirmations, I think is what we would call this. I do this all the time. I am strong. I am power. It works like a charm. This is clearly something very different. He's using some sort of technique. It's hypnosis, but he's using it on himself. Seems to be a power boost. He says to Kenshin, I cannot lose. He's smoking, very cool. Shino-ippo shadow skill. Grasp of the demon. I haven't used this since I escaped the Shinsengumi 15 years ago. He's saying this is how I got away from him. Kenshin stares back. Again, not intimidated at all. I don't care. Use whatever you want. He takes his sword, swings it really fast, and it cuts the rock. Okay, that's pretty strong. Pretty strong. I am steel. I am power. They could only take it so far. He starts beating the shit out of this rock with his sword, tearing it to pieces. Rubble. I guess he's showing, this is a flags, he's showing off. You could call it unfair, yet I will use it. Kenshin, use whatever you'd like. He grabs his sheath, but he puts his sword away. Kurogasa looks over, surprised. So does Gauro. Use whatever technique you'd like, but when I say I'll kill you, you will end up dead. He's really gonna fucking kill this guy. He's only said it 3 times. Stance of the Batosai. This is when he runs at you with his sword in the sheath, and one movement gets you with one movement. I've seen him use this, but not to kill. Okay, a little history of Bato Jutsu. Press the blade's edge against the inside of the sheath. Then draw the sword quickly to increase the speed of the sword's swing by 2 to 3 times the normal swing. In this way, the attacker may strike the opponent before there is time to react. In other schools, same technique is known as Nukai or Iai. But in our school, it's called Bato Jutsu. So that's what we're going to call it. The stance of the Batosai. The Bato Jutsu. He's afraid. He really going to kill me. I guess I asked him to. I asked for this. Godspeed of the sword. Hiten Mitsurugi Ryu. The fastest of them all. You good at blocking. Ancient Dead-Eyed. Come. Learn the meaning of the name Batosai. One Batosai, I'll give you Batosai. Kurogasa looks back. He's not laughing now. But if I can dodge this, I win. It's a 1-move attack. Batu Jutsu is a 1-strike move. One that will leave him completely unguarded once it's released. A double-edged choice. Certain death to the user when it fails. Saying he's either going to kill me or he's going to miss, and then I'm going to kill him. He looks over at Kenshin. He gets black. They might think is slowing down here. Our life is on the line. Kenshin reaches for his sword. I guess this is Kurogasa thinking and watching. Can I dodge it? Kenshin goes to grab the sword. Kurogasa looks on. I can dodge this. Ooh. A double panel. A double panel. Can you guys see this okay? Maybe I give you a little help. I want you to see the spread. Look at that. Kurogasa thinks he has found the opening thread. Strike now! Tosai! He's got him. I can dodge this. Kenshin looks over. They both think they can win. Gauro's crying. Terrified. One hand, I want Kenshin to win. On the other hand, I don't want him to kill this guy. Kurogasa again, I believe. He's thinking to himself, you've forgotten one critical fact, Batosai. You've missed one deadly flaw, which is your sword. A Sakubato is unsuited for the Bakujutsu. Blunt edge up against the curve of the sheath. The speed of the drawn will be slowed by its dullness. This stance was to speed up the blade's swing, but because the blunt edge is on the wrong side of the sheath, it's gonna slow it down. It seems to think he outsmarted you, Kenshin. You don't even know how to use your own move. That small difference in speed is my window to victory. Yeah! He thinks he got you, Kenshin. We're gonna see. Kenshin pulls his sword. I'm not sure he's pulling it as an attack, though. There seems to be a clash. Kurogasa is surprised. He seems to be coming right for his face. Fast, but if I can... He pulls his leg up on his dash, stops short. Kenshin's sword goes right for his face. I think he dodged it. He did dodge it. Kurogasa got a couple hairs cut, but he did dodge it. Kaoru, sweating, crying. She just realized Kenshin missed. Kenshin seems to come back for another swing. Kurogasa thinks he's got you. Too slow. Yes! Victory is mine, Batosai! He dodged your attack, Kenshin. Was he right? He went for his arm. He broke his fucking arm. Kurogasa's face. Not looking so scary anymore. Kenshin hit him with the sheath. He hit him with the sheath and broke his fucking arm. His sword went short. Kurogasa thinks, I'll fucking get you now. You missed. And then Kenshin hits him with the sheath of his sword. Oh my god! Well, I didn't see that coming. I don't think that's Bato Jutsu. I think that's a different thing. I think he faked him out. It was a bluff. I got in a stance to make you think I was going to use my technique. It's exactly what you did to me. And then you pulled a move out I didn't expect. Good job, Kenshin. It looks like Kurogasa's elbow is going in the opposite direction that it normally bends. As the sheath breaks his bones, crack. Kurogasa, what? He used the sword and the sheath. Falls to the ground. Got played, Kurogasa. Kuro exhaling, still not breathing so well, I don't think. Kenshin. Hito Mitsurugen Ryu. Bato Jutsu. Soryusen. Soryusen means double dragon strike. I get you with one sword, I get you with the sheath. Double dragon. I know very well that Bato Jutsu is normally a single strike, and that the Sakubato is unfit for it. One who has mastered everything of Bakujutsu. That is the meaning of the name, Batosai. You wanted to fight the Batosai. You got the Batosai. I knew that strike was unfit for the stance. I was coming in with the left the whole time. You just didn't see it because you assumed. Kurogasa seems to be getting up. I crushed your elbow and severed your ligaments. Your life as a swordsman is over, and this is the end of your life. He flipped the blade around. Chink, and he uses his sword to flip it around. Is he really gonna do this? You already won, Kenshin. Yeah, but he fucked with my girlfriend. You think that's what's happening here? He's not gonna kill him. He can't do that's no way. Please don't. Maybe just do it. You're never gonna rehabilitate this guy. But you already ended his life as a swordsman. He can't really fight anyway. You don't have to go all the way here. Kaoru, she's devastated. She's about to lose the Rurouni. Kurogasa looks up. I think he's accepted his defeat. Kenshin raises his sword, blade at the front, up to the moon, die. Maybe he is gonna kill him. Oh, you got me, Watsuki. You got me. You got me. You got me, Watsuki. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Good cliffhanger, I guess. I think I like the last chapter more. It's just more fighting. This one, there was a lot of fighting, though. But there is a lot of explaining my moves, which is very shonen. Kurogas has to stop and explain his move, and then he has to stop and explain Kenshin's move, and then Kenshin has to stop and explain to Kurogasa that you didn't really understand my move at all. So it was just a lot of dialogue about the fighting instead of all the action of the fighting, which is fine. I like learning more about Kenshin's techniques. I didn't realize that he had a stance specifically for his one-shot move. Give us a little lore drop about that. It's called Bato Jutsu. It totally surprised me. I did not see that coming. I don't really get what the black suit is. Is that rubber? Is that latex? Is that leotard? Is that tights? What are you wearing? It must be something a ninja would wear or an assassin would wear to keep him in the... I'm wearing all black so you can't see me. Again, we learned another one of Kenshin's moves, double dragon strike. I must make 3 this volume that we've learned of Kenshin's moves. You know, sometimes I know from 90s anime, sometimes we see a move and we never see it again. Or sometimes we see a transformation and then we'll never see it again. I don't know if that's how this story is, or if Kenshin's going to be using these moves over time. Okay, here's my rapid strike move. Okay, here's my double dragon move. I don't know how it's going to go. I like it more the second way, but we'll see. I can't believe he switched the sword around, put it up to the moon, and said, die! I don't think... It's against his motif. It's against his character. Unless we're changing Kenshin into something back into the Batosai, or we're going to have some sort of Jekyll and Hyde thing. I don't like this. I don't want him to kill him. He gives you a line. I crushed your elbow and severed your ligaments. Your life as a swordsman is over. Okay, that should have been the end of it. And then he says, and also your life is over because I'm going to kill you. Okay, but that's now you've gone too far, Kenshin. You know, Fujimoto kind of draws like this, where it's like there's a lot of movement going on an action panel that doesn't really have words. It's just, I don't know, I like it. I like it. Again, maybe too much talking and explanation for me in the middle of the fight, but again, that's old school shonen. That's gonna happen. I can't hold it against them. You're going to explain your moves in the middle of the fight, not before, not after. It's just part of the writing style. The using my own technique on myself, that was really interesting. Hypnotize myself into thinking I am powerful, I am steel. Didn't seem to work, but it's an interesting concept. I try to hypnotize myself every morning at the bottom of the shower while I'm crying. I am strong, I am steel, I am power. It works a little bit. I'm not sure it would work against the Batosai. There was also this moment where Kenshin gave him a stare. Kurogasa's whole thing is I paralyzed my eyes with my Shin no Ippo technique. Kenshin doesn't use that technique, but gives him the intimidation eyes. And I love how the scar is also in the intimidation part. Like, you know the Batosai because of his the cross scar on his face, and it makes Kurogasa jump back. He's like, oh, I maybe should think about how I fight this guy. Look at his eyes. Cool chapter. Looks like we pretty much won. It's probably the end of the fight. If Kurogasa gets up after his arm being broken like that, and we start some sort of round 3 or round 4, I would be very surprised. What Kenshin does here, whether he kills him or not, let's take our guesses. What do you guys think? Put in the comments what you think. Is he going to kill him or is he not going to kill him? I think Watsuki wants me to think he's going to kill him for sure. I, as the audience member, don't want him to kill him. I don't know if you guys feel that way. If you're like, yeah, fucking kill this guy. He just poisoned Kaoru. That was ridiculous. He deserves it. He's killed 1 million people. Let's take him down. But I feel like that ruins Kenshin's character. But then there's the third way. We go in a different direction with Kenshin's character. Maybe our wanderer self is not sustainable. Maybe it's not available in the Meiji era. Maybe we didn't bring the peace we wanted. Maybe there are people like Kurogas out there who have to be killed. I guess we'll see. Really cool final shot where he holds the sword up to the moon. Die. And then they cut me off. What a fucking... Okay, well. I guess I'll have to read the next one. The flex where he uses his affirmations to get stronger, and then he starts cutting the rock. Like, look how strong I am, Batosai. I'm gonna use this move against you. You could call this move unfair, but I'll use it anyway. And then Kenshin's like, use whatever fucking technique you want to. It does. I don't care. Fun chapter. I think Kurogas is down, and we'll just see if he takes the ultimate L or how we deal with villains like him. This is just a cut up version of the chapter of this manga that we read together on my Patreon. If you want to see the full chapter and continue reading the story together, subscribe below.